KSBY News Daybreak starts right now.
Dozens of teachers who work for the Orchid Unified School District rallied last night for higher wages. The Orchid Educators Association says its members have been working without an agreement since July of last year. They say after 10 years of service with the district, an Orchid teacher makes $12,000 less annually than a teacher with the same qualifications in Santa Maria.
We are the lowest paid district in the Santa Maria Valley. We are asking for our compensation package to reflect a little bit higher.
On the other side, the district says the union's demands are not financially feasible, adding that educators have had a 9% ongoing salary increase over the past 2 years, with a proposed 3% increase this year. Meantime, the district and OEA have declared an impasse. The next step is for both parties to work with a state-appointed mediator. Donation meters installed in Santa Maria designed to help the homeless have been a success so far, according to the city. They were installed almost a year ago with the goal of cutting down on aggressive panhandling. They look like regular parking meters, except the money people put in them goes to local agencies that provide services to the homeless.
The idea is to encourage people who are already willing to give some money to, instead of giving it directly to a person who appears to be homeless, who may or may not be homeless, who may or may not have a dependency or substance problem, to instead direct that money to a legitimate nonprofit agency that is set up to deal with people who need assistance.
So far, they have made $1,800 with 4 meters. They want to get up to 8 meters, though, and San Luis Obispo put in the meters a couple of years back. According to United Way, since April of 2014, those meters have brought in more than $13,000. Very important stuff. Thank you, Scott. Well, there is a dangerous trend here on the Central Coast, increased use of prescription drugs. So law enforcement is trying to get out in front of this increasingly deadly epidemic. It is a problem that begins right in our medicine cabinets, and in a KSBY News investigation, we found locally the death toll is rising in overdose cases. Coroner's reports from San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara counties show on average in 2015, 2 people died a week from overdoses, and those deaths are coming from all age groups and backgrounds.
Developed industrial nation, we've grown accustomed to being able to take medications to fix all of our problems.
I talked to the experts and a local young woman about her battle with prescription drugs. That's all tonight on KSBY News.
Back to you.
Thank you, Matt. And looking into our weather, we do have some rain on the way, but before that, some more heat. All those details coming up in the microclimate forecast after the break. Good morning. I'm Amanda Starrantino filling in for Richard Gearhart. What a great week it's been across the Central Coast. No rain, but it's been nice. Here's a look at the 101 right outside the KSBY studio. Moving clear right now, but we also have some really nice temperatures. On top of that, Santa Maria is at 47 this morning. San Luis Obispo 46. Paso is at 40. Our Lompoc station is down at this time. Sorry about that. And Santa Barbara is at 46. Looking at our winds across the Central Coast this morning, fairly calm. We do have an offshore flow that's going to continue for the rest of the day. Our microclimate forecast is not showing too much cloud coverage. Overall, lots of sunny skies. It's going to look clear by your weekend, but we do have some precipitation coming. We're not going to see it in this model because it's too soon to say yet. Our outlook, above normal temperatures. We could break records. Once again, we have broken them the past 2 days. Temps are usually about 65 at this time of the year in February. We're heading in the 80s, so quite a big jump. Another warm weekend. Temperatures will drop slightly, about 5 to 10 degrees, but hey, that's still very warm. Weak offshore flow, but we have a cooling trend ahead midweek next week, and that also has some rain attached to it as well. High pressure system, it's starting to make its way out of the area, but it is being trailed behind by a low pressure system. It's causing some storms over the Pacific, but it is pushing a cold front down. It's going to hit Northern California before it gets to us. But in the meantime, while this high pressure system is here, it has this very strong ridge blocking the jet stream, not allowing any precipitation into the Central Coast. But as we head into mid next week, about Wednesday, We have another ridge, but that jet stream will be strong enough to push through it. It's going to dig through and give us a little bit of rain. We want to know, though, how much rain? We've been getting some soakers here and there. This one, models are saying maybe ½ of an inch by the end of next week. So that is something to look forward to. And it's a little too soon to tell exactly how much rain we're going to get just yet. Our microclimates for today, we're going to be in the mid 70s, low 80s. We have been dropping a couple degrees throughout the week. 70 in Carpinteria, 83 in Solvang. Orchid will be at 73. Those interior valleys at 79, 75 in California Valley, 76 in Shandon. Along the coastline, low 70s, upper 60s. In North County, is a couple more 60s in there as well. Morro Bay at 66 today. Cayuga 69. San Miguel 76 and Avila Beach at 70. Your 5-day forecast is looking extremely nice. A lot of sunshine, as you can see here. It's going to be nice throughout the weekend. Sunny at 75. Very nice. Your Valentine's Day. Hey, I know you guys have a nice date to get to. Outside it's going to be 72, 78, warming back up as we begin the work week before a cool down. Paso and San Luis Obispo, very similar temperatures. Very nice weekend ahead before some rain. Well, the time is 6:40. Coming up next on Daybreak, how much California can profit from a newly proposed bill that would tax medical marijuana sales at 15%. And covering the country this morning, armed occupiers at an Oregon wildlife refuge say they'll turn themselves in this morning. That's after the FBI surrounded the building last night and also arrested the group's leader. Controversial cattle rancher Cliven Bundy was arrested after flying from Nevada to Oregon. Officials say the 4 protesters who were holed up in the building argued with the negotiator and yelled at officers in armored vehicles to move back, though no shots were fired. The 4 are the last of a group of protesters who seized the refuge on January 2nd to oppose federal land use policies. 2 weeks ago, Ammon Bundy, Cliven's son, was arrested during a traffic stop, and one of the occupiers was shot and killed by federal agents. And the director of the Centers for Disease Control will testify before a Senate committee this morning to discuss the threat of the Zika virus. Along with discussing the emerging health threat of the virus, they'll discuss President Obama's request for $1.8 billion in emergency funding to combat Zika. The disease continues to rapidly spread across South America, prompting many in the U.S. to worry about the potential for travelers to bring Zika to the United States. And our weather, it's what we've been talking about. When will these hot temperatures end? Well, we do have another day of above normal temps. We could reach records once again, so your weekend is going to be warm with mostly clear skies with an offshore flow, but heading into midweek next week, a cooling trend, also with a chance of rain.
The group got into costume as Super Mario characters, crashed a London shopping center on actual go-karts, throwing bananas to make each other spin out. Hilarious.
And they raced all through the mall and caused quite the scene as people watched with puzzled looks.
This is the best part, though.
It was game over when police tracked them down after they got away.
Good.